Hey crafty friend, it's me, Justine. Today I'm going to make 2 cards using the new House Mouse Designs rubber stamps. I'm going to use this one called Water Fun on a card today. Then there's also this one called Sweet Birthday. This one's going on my desk to work with later, but it is so adorable. And then there's also this really sweet one where there is Monica blowing a huge bubble of some bubble gum, and that one's called Pop. That one I will also work with later. And then finally this one called Stay Cool, which I think is my favorite stamp of all 4. So I'm going to work with the Stay Cool and Water Fun stamps today and make 2 really fun cards. Excuse my ring light that is showing there. I'm still quite new to filming in my new space, so hopefully it's not bothering too many people. All right, I'm starting with this really pretty blue glitter cardstock from Spellbinders. I used the new Bayfair dies and die cut out all of that inside glitter paper so I can use that on another project. And then I popped my little mouse sentiment and stamp right in the middle of that. So just to make sure everything's nice and straight, before I glue it down, I'm actually going to tape these 2 pieces together. And if you're watching and going, wait a minute, how did you stamp that and color it? Don't worry, I'm going to do that with card number 2. But I just wanted to show you how I save my kind of special paper, like the glitter cardstock or the gold mirror cardstock, and you can use that with nesting dies. So the ones from Bayfair are kind of my new favorites. They're living on my desk, and I have a little basket where I keep some of my top favorites and things that I reach for often. And if you see on the right there, that little circle from Lisa Horton, that is going in my all-time favorite desk basket as well, because that circle I have been using so much. And thank goodness that they're high quality dies, because that probably would be broken for the amount of times that I've used it so far. So I'm going to use it today on this card, but first I need to stamp it. So with my MISTI, I took out the black spongy part and the extra paper, and I'm just going to line up my stamp in my MISTI, kind of on the bottom, nothing too crazy. And then, yes, I realize I use my MISTI backwards, by the way. I just kind of learned that, but you know, it's for right-handed people and left-handed people, and sometimes I kind of am a little chaotic when I craft, so I use it on both sides, but I digress. I'm going to take some paper, cut it down to an A2 size, even though I'm going to be die cutting it. I just wanted to make sure that everything fits in my MISTI. Anyway, this is the mini one, so it needs to be nice and little. All right, now that my stamp is on there, it really takes nothing besides just pressing it onto the clear window. I'll take some Jet Black Memento ink, which is a Copic friendly ink, and I will just ink that up just like a regular clear stamp and close my MISTI up. It's really nothing to it. These rubber stamps are kind of nostalgic for me because I used to stamp with these so much back in the day, but here we go. There's my little stamp impression tool from my sweet husband, and I'll just push it down. Nothing crazy. You could use your sleeve as well, but I love the fact that my husband made a sweet, cute one for me. They also sell 3D printed, that's what they're called, 3D printed versions online on Etsy. I have a brush holder that is like that, and I noticed on that Etsy shop they use that little holder as well. Anyway, let's talk about coloring. I have the cap side up so you can see the colors I'm using. One of the facts about house mouse stamps is that they're already shaded, and it is so easy peasy, lemon squeezy to color, especially with Copics. I really just use kind of one shade for some of these because the stamp is shaded. So I'm not spending a whole lot of time really going crazy with colors. I had to be kind of cautious about how I colored these little drops because they are super skinny, and I wanted to make sure I colored in the lines, but it was very easy and very fast to color. Of course, this is a little bit sped up. No one colors this fast unless you had a lot of caffeine, but these stamps are super easy to color, and if you have a stamp position tool like the Misty. It is super easy to stamp out a bunch of them and color a bunch, and they're great for batching. After I'm finished with putting this on my card, you don't see a lot of the grass and the hose, but I did choose kind of primary colors because I wanted this card to be super fun. This is actually going to go to one of my sweet students who gave me a really beautiful plant at the end of the year, and I wanted to make a really fun card for him. I know he likes cats, but these mice are so cute, and I know that he will smile, especially with the sentiment that I add to this card. So this one is for him. So I have that in mind, and that is one of my favorite parts about card making, is knowing who the card is going to, and when I'm making it, just keeping them in mind and just thinking about them. And that's just really fun for me. Okay, enough sentimental stuff. I am ink blending the edges with Clear Skies from Simon Hurley. After I ink blended on all the sides, I wanted it to be darker. So I realized that kind of matched my paper, which is great to know that that paper matches the ink, but I wanted it to be a little bit more of a dramatic look. So I went in with some Distress ink. I used Faded Jeans here on, Blueprint Sketch, my mistake. Blueprint Sketch, which is more of a bright cobalty dark blue. I know that sounds a little counterproductive or whatever, but dark but bright blue, and just really darkened up the edges. And the center there, I'm not even worried. I die cut out a circle for something else, who knows what, a while ago. But that bigger circle from Lisa Horton will go right on top, and it will be fantastic. And of course, ink is super easy to clean up on a glass mat. Just a little bit of water from my Mighty Mister and wipey wipey. Oh, there she is, the little scout. She's here, and she's going to help me die cut out my sentiment, well, part of my sentiment. I will use the stamp from the set as well, but I used the sentiment that is the hottest sentiment online right now. It seems like everybody and their mother wants the smile and the happy sentiments, which I totally understand. If I didn't have them too, I would be hunting them down on the internet as well, because they're so good. Look at how pretty that looks with black, white, and then I used that blue cardstock from the first card, that glitter cardstock, and it is just so gorgeous. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm stamping out Enjoy Your Day with a clear block on the edge here, and I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. I'll just do maybe one or two just to get it, just right in case I fumble with the cutting, and that'll be great. I'll just grab my trimmer, cut it down. By the way, I love the new trimmer from Spellbinders. But after I cut it, I didn't love the square part about the card. There's a lot of soft edges here. So I just went back and grabbed that same black Memento ink that I used to stamp out the sentiments, and I'm stamping right on to my card. I know that's a little bold to do that after I have most of my card done, but I will be doing that momentarily. And to put together the smile and the happy sentiment, I just use a little bit of liquid glue, and it is a very easy layered sentiment that looks so good. Bonus tip, if you use the last piece, so that's the blue part on this card, if you die cut out maybe like 3 or 4 of those and have them stacked on top of each other, it kind of looks like a chipboard element. So it definitely adds a little more zest and zhuzh to your project. So I definitely recommend that. All right, well, now that I have almost finished this card, I just want to invite you to join my Facebook group that I run, which is called the Spellbinders Maker Facebook group. If you're interested in joining that, I will have the link in the description. It is a wonderful place to share all sorts of ideas, and you can post your cards, you can find inspiration from others for all sorts of different things. So if you have a set in your stash and you're wondering, what can I do with this? Or I've made a few cards, what are other people doing? Or maybe you've made a few cards and you're feeling bold enough to share, please share. I love, love, love seeing other people's work, and that community has grown to about 10,000 people. and which is really exciting. So if you're part of it, thank you for being part of it. Once we hit 10,000, I'm going to be doing some big giveaways on that channel or on that group. So make sure that you have joined that if you're interested in free stuff. Yes, I said free stuff because I'm giving away a lot of really good stuff. So stay tuned, if you will. Be on the lookout and make sure to post your projects because, like I said, I love seeing everyone's stuff. All right, let's finish this card off with enjoy the day. Bam, I put it right on the bottom, and like I said, that was kind of bold to do it at the end there, but I was feeling risky. All right, I'm going to take my trimmer that I was just talking about before, our guillotine trimmer, and just cut off a tiny bit of the edges. I think I cut off about 1/8 of an inch, and then I'm going to pop a black background on the back and just really make it kind of a dynamic and bold kind of background. Yes, this is going to a 6-year-old, but he can still appreciate something fun, and I'm thankful for him. So I wanted to give him a fun card. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, crafty friend.